When I was in college, I took a job delivering pizzas late at night. I usually worked until about 2 a.m., sometimes even later on weekends. Honestly, the job wasn't very nice. The pizza shop was pretty gross. Dirty floors and everything seemed like it was falling apart. But the tips were usually really good, and that made it worth it. At the time, I was 19 years old and female, and this was happening during summertime in Colorado. Summers there get pretty hot during the day and even at night. Now remember this detail for later. This was only my second weekend working at this pizza place, so I was still getting familiar with the job. I was already kind of anxious and nervous by nature, especially about meeting strangers at night, so my preferred routine was simple. Deliver the pizza as fast as possible, grab my tip, and head straight out to my next delivery. I almost never went inside a customer's house, and if I ever did, I'd make sure to just quickly step in and always keep the door wide open behind me. It felt safer that way. Then one night close to midnight, I got an order to deliver pizza to a house located on the east side of town. But it was supposed to be my last delivery for the night. When I arrive, the house looked ordinary. Just a regular house with a small porch and a few lights on inside. The street itself was very dark because there weren't many streetlights around, but I wasn't really nervous or uncomfortable at that moment. I just wanted to finish my shift and go home. I parked my car along the street, grabbed the pizza box, and walked up the short pathway to the front porch. After taking a quick glance around, I knocked on the door and waited for someone to answer. Then, a shirtless older man with a big belly opened the door. He looked like he'd been drinking beer. Immediately, I got a weird feeling from him. He told me to come inside, but I didn't want to. I said no politely and tried handing him his pizza from the doorway. But then he said, "Come inside, it's freezing out there, and we don't want cold air getting in." This was really strange to me because it was summer and definitely not cold at all. But I got nervous and without thinking clearly, took one small step into his house. But I still didn't fully enter. Then the man said again, "Come all the way inside, it's cold out there." I really should have left immediately, but I was feeling nervous and wasn't thinking clearly. Without realizing what I was doing, I stepped further into his house, and he shut both the screen door and the main door behind me. I tried to calm myself down, telling myself I was probably just worrying too much. Then the man loudly yelled to his wife that the pizza was here. I could see his wife in the kitchen, cooking something. It felt strange to me. Why would someone order pizza if they were already making dinner? I didn't understand. I looked around their living room, and it was completely full of stuffed animals. They covered every surface. The couches, tables, windowsills, everywhere. Then the man's wife came out of the kitchen toward me. She was holding something in her hand, stretching it out toward me. As she got closer, I saw it was some type of bread or cake. "Here, eat this banana bread, and don't worry, it's totally safe." Trying to stay polite, I quickly said, "No, thank you," and telling her I was on a diet. She just stood there, staring at me with her hand still stretched out, waiting for me to take the banana bread. I didn't take it, and suddenly she became very upset. She started yelling at me loudly, insisting that I eat the bread. I said no again, but this time I wasn't trying to be polite anymore. I told both of them very clearly that I had to leave right away and get back to work. I was still holding the pizza box, and all I could think about was getting out of there as quickly as possible, even if it meant running out the door. Finally, she stopped trying to force me to eat the bread. She gave up, turned around, and walked back into the kitchen. Then the man said to me, "Let me find some change for your tip." He started moving all around the living room, digging through the cushions on the couch, lifting pillows, and even checking under the stuffed animals, trying to find coins or small bills to give me. I quickly told him, "Don't worry about it. Really, I don't need a tip. You can just take the pizza." But he ignored me and kept insisting that he had to find some money to tip me. For the next several minutes, he continued searching all around the room, opening drawers and looking under furniture. As time passed, I began to wonder if the whole thing was a trick. It seemed as if they were intentionally trying to keep me there, making excuses to stop me from leaving. All I wanted was to get out of there immediately. So without waiting for him, I finally said in a firm voice, "I'm leaving now," and immediately reached for the door handle. Seeing I was serious about leaving, the man grabbed his pizza box out of my hands and handed me a few quarters he'd managed to find. He still seemed annoyed, as if I had rushed him. Honestly, I didn't care about the tip anymore. I just wanted to get out of there as fast as possible. The second I was outside, I practically ran back to my car, jumped in, locked all the doors, and drove away. I was shaking the whole drive back to the pizza shop. When I got back, I went straight to my supervisor and explained exactly what had just happened. But to my surprise, he didn't seem worried or interested at all. He barely even listened. This made me even more upset, because I felt like he wasn't taking my safety seriously at all. To this day, I still don't know if that couple was actually dangerous, creepy, or just really weird and socially awkward. But after that night, I never agreed to deliver pizzas to that house again. I made sure someone else always took that delivery.